Well, good evening again to you. Apologies if you joined me a second ago when I started. I have now gone live on Jemini Crafts, hopefully in the correct place on my Jemini Crafts Facebook page. For some reason the settings keep overriding, and although it says I'm live on my page, it keeps posting it into my private customer group. But I think finally I'm where I should be, so apologies for that if you were waiting. So my name's Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK, and I'm joining you live on Friday evening, just after 7 PM on the 19th of April 2024. And I just wanted to introduce this new kit to you, basically while it's still available, and it features, as you can see, cats and dogs. The name of the kit is By Your Side, and if you have any queries or comments, feel free to pop them in the comments section. If you're watching on replay, whether that is on YouTube or on Facebook, and you have any questions, then don't hesitate to pop those in the comment section. And if it's live, obviously I can respond as we go along, and if it's on replay, then I do watch out and respond to those when I can. Occasionally they slip through the net, especially on Facebook. YouTube is a little bit easier to track comments and questions. So this kit is called By Your Side. I've literally just opened the components, and that's as far as I got. I haven't even looked at the finished designs, but all of our kits, the main kits, come with everything you need to create the designs, and that includes adhesives, potentially stamps, or it may be die cuts with sentiments. This has got die cuts, card bases, envelopes, and a stamp set here. The stamp set has got 4 sentiments: I'll always be by your side, best friends forever, here's to a true friend, and you make my heart happy. They don't have to relate, obviously, to animals and pets. You've then got a fish and a bone, one for the cats, one for the dogs, and then a paw print for the dogs and a paw print for the cats. And you have plenty of die cuts, so there are, I believe, soon find out, 4 sheets, and each sheet has got 4 different animals on, 2 cats and 2 dogs. So this one's a bit like a sort of schnauzer, this one's rather like a basset hound, and then you've got a cat with the wool all tied up, and then you've got a cat very smugly sat on a cushion. So very sweet set. And with this we also have an ink spot. This is Old Olive, so this is just a small version of our standard inks. The stamp set, as mentioned, it has a clear block, and in this case we also have some heart sequins there, quite large. And then in here we have the cards, envelopes and die cuts. So I'm going to make one each of the designs. So we've got this one here, and this has got some little hearts that pop out. There's 1 and 2, like so. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay, and then you've got that panel there. We've got some pre-printed card, and I thought that was a separate piece that's printed on it. It's very effective because it does look 3D. So we have, let's see, 4 of those with the Old Olive backing, and this is like a sort of salmon pink colour. We have 4 of these, which have got this is like our new basic beige colour, and then this has got background printed grid and these layers here, and then this is like an old olive. So you have, this kit will make 8 cards as is, and I think you'll have plenty left over because you've got 16 animals. So you could either have all dogs, all cats. You could put both, obviously, either 2 cats on one or a cat and a dog, entirely up to you. We have some panels here for stamping, and what I like about these is there are spares, so if you're not happy with your stamping, you've got plenty to play with. We have a sheet of dimensionals, that's our foam pads, and then this one here has got a die cut circle with some stitching. I just lift this one out, and the good thing is whether you use this piece or that piece, obviously you've got the other piece left over. And then the cutest thing are the envelopes. So you've got 4 with that design, 4 with the coral design, and what I do like, the little addition they've added to this is there's a circle on the back of the envelope that fits the paw print, either the dog's one or the smaller one and rounded one, which is the cat's, which I think is a really sweet addition. Okay, so let's have a look at the design. Whoops, sorry, I'll tip that up. Okay, let's just put the block to one side. So all of our kits have a set of photographic instructions that show you in each case how to put the card together, where you need to stamp and what you need to stamp. And this explains that you've got cats and dogs, and you can use, really they're interchangeable I think, other than maybe the position, I don't know. So let's have a look. So good evening to those of you that have joined us. I can see, if you're still here, I can see Chris, Trudy and Lynn. Thank you so much for joining us. And this has got paw print stamps. So let's start with number 1. And as I say, the animals are interchangeable. And this starts with, and this is a great kit for either yourself, if you have cats or dogs, or if you have friends or family with cats and dogs, you could make up the whole set and then give them a gift of the cards ready made up. So the first thing they show is stamping a sentiment and stamping the paw prints. I'm just going to use Early Espresso just because it's here. Let me just open that up. So the first one we'll do is we'll do the paw print. So am I going to do a cat or a dog? Let's do a cat to start with. And as I say, there is a block there. I'm just going to use an existing block here. And let's borrow a piece of scrap paper just to get this started. Now if you haven't done any stamping before and you've got a small ink spot like this, you need to break the seal on either side, okay, and take the lid off, and then you're going to take the ink spot to the stamp. Okay, so it's just going to be a smaller version of this rather larger spot there, and then just have a little practice on some copy paper or scrap paper. How cute is that? And so in their picture they show us as having a paw print at the top and the bottom. Nothing to stop you adding more if you want to. Good evening, Julie, thanks for joining us. So I'm going to put one at the top here, like so, and one at the bottom. Nothing to stop you doing them all the way over if you want to. That's the nice thing about the kits, is you can really do your own thing. You don't even have to follow their sample. And then we're going to stamp a sentiment onto our die cut piece, which is here somewhere. I buried them. There we go. And it's got this piece already attached, which is very clever, so it looks really 3D. And let's see what sentiment. I think all of these will fit on there. So I'm going to use Best Friends Forever. Obviously you could also switch this out for a happy birthday or a thank you card. Let's just, I'll do the envelope in a minute. So this says Best Friends Forever. I'm just going to again just have a practice on here. When you get the kit, in the back of all of the cardstock and the die cuts, you had this piece of cardboard. And I recommend, depending on your work surface, you've got very smooth surfaces, absolutely fine. But if you haven't, or you're working on your best table, then by all means use this as a bit of a cushion for your stamp. And you can also practice on this piece of cardstock. Okay, so let's just pop this on here. Best Friends Forever. And it's a clear stamp and a clear block, so you can see where it's going. So let's pop that out. Okay, let's pop that to the side, and we'll need some dimensionals. I'm going to leave that ink pad ready. So this one suggests using this Calypso Coral. It's got stitched around the outside, and I popped out the two little hearts. And so just following their photograph here, this piece is going to go on there. Where have they put theirs? I think they put it fairly straight, like that. This piece on top of that, and then you choose the cat or the dog. Can't remember what I said. So I've got, that's a cat's paw print. So I need one of the cats. Let's go for this one here, because he's sat there ready. And it also has one of those little heart embellishments, and again you get more than you need. So let's just pop those together. So I'm going to put this up with dimensionals. They even show you on the photograph, I know you can't see it particularly well, especially as it's shining back at you, where to put the dimensionals. So I'm going to put one in each corner, not too near the edge, and then one just a little way in from these cut out hearts. Peel the backings off, and you'll find that you end up with dimensionals left over. Okay. Now there's nothing to stop you changing the orientation of this if you wanted to. So if you wanted, you could have this way round with your cat and the sentiment going there. I'm going to do it as is for my first set of cards. So let's just put that fairly centrally, like so. I'm going to pop my cat on there. You could, if you wanted to, use glue rather than dimensionals. Just going to pop 4 on there to give it some support. There we go. So I hope everybody's had a good week. Okay, I'll put that up there. And then we've got our sentiment here, best friends forever. And if I put it on here, I just need sort of 2 dimensionals, one here and one here, just to hold it in place. You don't want to get it on top of here with another dimensional, otherwise you've got too much height. So just here on the bottom left and above here. So what you can do, if in doubt, is just to mark it with a pencil, which I can't find. Oh, but I have found something I was looking for the other day. It's always the way, isn't it? Okay, so just going to put a mark here and sort of here. Let me double check that. So I've got one there and one down there. So there's 1, whoops, and 2. So you could easily change the sentiment if you didn't want to use the ones in the pack. Let's see, what are they? I'll put it as just below a little bit. No, that's not sitting right. There we go. So there's that, and then they've got one of the little hearts on here. It's a bit too far over for my liking, so maybe I'll put mine just in that bottom right hand corner or up there. Ta-da. Nice big heart embellishments. Maybe I'll put it just there. Get it centered. Straight, even. You wouldn't think putting a heart on would be so difficult. There we go. Fold that over, and I like the fact that the cards have got they're pre-printed, so they've got white on the inside. So there's our first one, and I'm going to stamp that paw print on the envelope. So I'm going to grab the matching envelope for that one, which is this one. Yes, it is that one. So there's that one. Let's grab that one back. I think the little paw on the envelope is the cutest bit of all of it. And you could also put these little hearts on if you wanted to. So let's just find my ink pad. Hi Debbie, if you're still there. I hope you're keeping well. There we go, there's a paw print on the back. So very cute, and I think I'm going to put paw print on the front. Why not? And in fact, I'm going to have a little line of paw prints. like so. Cute. Okay, so that's card number 1. So I've used this cat sitting on the cushion, but you could have all cats or all dogs. If you wanted to use both, you probably would need to have it in landscape so that you've got more space for your animals. So there's card number 1. Very cute and lots of layers. This is all pre-printed, but it looks very effective. And then let's do the second one. So for that we've got this card here. So I'm not sure if it's crumb cake or basic beige, which is one of our new colours. It's not an in colour, it's a brand new colour that's been added in. And let's grab the circle, and there's another one of those. If I can't find my original ones, no doubt I've buried them yet again. Okay, so for this one they put the paw print on top left, bottom right. I'm going to switch paw prints. I'm going to have a dog on this one. There we go. And so this has got the larger, more pointed paw. Just switch that one out. And you've also got the bone and the fish. So you could have a line of, fun bones going across there if you wanted. And to be honest, you could use that for the cat or the dog. Okay. So they have one up here. I'm just going to go for it. I haven't tried this stamp out, but just going to go for it. 1, 2. These are great for backgrounds, these paws. There we go. And then they also have one on here. I don't quite understand why they added an old olive ink pad and not an espresso one. There we go. There's that one there. You could put the whole line of them, couldn't you, really? So this piece, the circle piece, isn't used in this card. So you could use that with, for example, one of the spare die cuts and mount that onto another card if you wanted to. Right, let's grab a sentiment. So we've got you make my heart happy, I'll always be by your side. I think I'm just going to use what I've got here, best friends forever, she says. There it is. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to stamp the envelope. And the envelope for this one is this here. So let's move this one out of the way. And you always want to unfold your envelope rather than stamp it on here, because you can get, although it's quite a little bit out of the way, you can just catch the edge of the stamp on that lip, and you don't want a gap really. So I'm going to do this one at a bit of an angle, like so. And I think what I might do is the same as I did. Have these a bit close together. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, let's grab our sentiment again. Let's move that one out of the way. Best Friends Forever. There it is. And again, they've got the black spotty bit at the bottom. Now I always like to stamp when the die cut is actually on the piece of card. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to pop your sentiment out and then focus on that very small piece. If you want to practice to see how it's going to go, then you do get spares of these anyway, but I always stamp on the back. Use that as a practice side, and then you're happy that it fits in, then you can turn it over. And obviously all of these are designed to fit that particular piece. Okay, so we've got that. We have our circle piece here, and then our dog is going to go in the middle. So you can either choose from the Basset Hound or the sort of Schnauzer, whichever one you want. So he would fit on there nicely, or the Basset Hound. So they're really quite interchangeable. You could also use the cat with the ball of wool, or the other cat. So let's pop this one up first. Just going to put a dimensional in each corner. So this kit is available to order now. It only came out, I'm trying to think, 2 weeks ago? I've sort of lost track. But we release 2 kits per month at the minute, and there's a lot of kits on the website, and the best way is always just to go and check out, if you just go to jeminicrafts.co.uk and look for the shop now button, or you can go to stampinup.uk, and let's see, you've got this one up this way. So you can either centralise this or have it slightly to the right. Got mine slightly to the right. And if when you log on, if you go to the menu on the left hand side, one of the options is the kits. Okay, so we can pop our little dog in here. Let's put a couple in the middle. And don't forget to keep these edges here, because you could use those. So you could cut this piece and use it right the way across the bottom here if you wanted to. I'm just going to pop 3 down like that, not too near the edge because I want him to sort of fit in that circle. Take the backings off. Hi Tracy, I hope you're keeping well. This one's up your street. Well, especially with dogs, although there aren't any boxers or staffies, I'm afraid. There we go. So there is that dog. You could easily have put the Schnauzer one on. And then we've got our Best Friends Forever, which you can have sort of overlapping there. You could have it off to the left. Don't want to cover too much of him, do we? I think maybe I'll just have that on there, like that, just a little bit up, very little bit up from the bottom. And because this is going to go on a flat bit, I'm just going to use some glue actually, rather than dimensionals. Just going to put a little bit of glue on there, doesn't need very much. So just pop that like so. And then we've got our little heart that we can use, or I could use the 2 little hearts that came out of the other piece. I think I might do that, because they will only get lost if I leave them here. A little bit of glue on that one. Like that. And then this tiny one. Literally is tiny. So I've got two there like that, and I use one of the embellishments. So you've got these here. I should have left a bit more space, shouldn't I, to fit that on there. It's a bit of a squeeze, so I think you're putting it in the middle like a... I can't decide now. It's going to go there for a minute. So these have got glue dots on the back, so they're still self-adhesive, ready to go. All you need to do is lift them up from the backing sheet carefully, and it'll peel off with the glue. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is put a couple of those little cute little bones on the inside. And obviously you could stamp a sentiment on the inside as well if you wanted. And let me see, I've got a small block to hand. So let's do 1, 2, 3, like that. There we go. Very cute. And then let me find my envelope that I stamped ready. There's this one here. So I've got the paw prints going up the side and one on the back. And then I've got this one here. So that's my finished card. So just basically all the layering is done for you. All you've got to do is choose which combination you want. Now that's it exactly as, well, almost exactly. Not quite, because I've added extra paw prints and things. But those are like the two sample cards. But the good thing is you've got 8 cards to play with, 8 envelopes to play with, but you could easily create some of your own backgrounds, for example, and you have 16 of the animals, 8 dogs and 8 cats. So if you had a note card, for example, let me see if I can grab one from behind. Of course I can't get one, can I? Sorry. I've got these cute little note cards. So you could just stamp, for example, the bones and the paw prints either directly on your card, or it could be on a layer. This is a small card. This makes a great small little thank you card. And let's add that one there. Now remember, you've got all of these animals left over, so you could easily layer that on and have a little heart, or you could add the paw print sort of sinking either side. And then you can even have that as a table name, couldn't you? A place name, and put the name on the reverse or on the inside. But make a cute little thank you card for somebody who looks after your dogs, for example. Let's just grab this paw print here. I'm going to pop one on either side. One there. One there. One inside. I don't think we have these cards anymore. And then you could pop your cute animal there. Or you could do the same with the cat. Obviously I've used the dog paw print there, but you could use, just peel this one away, the cute little cat lying on here, like that. You could have the fish across the bottom. I'm just going to pop this chappy on here, like that. Let's just use some glue, which is here to the side. And I'm just going to put the glue on the bottom section so that he can stick out at the top. And I've just chosen to use early espresso right the way through, but obviously you could change the colours quite easily. So he's going to fit there, like so, and you could add one of the little hearts from here if you wanted to, or two, because you've got plenty of those. So there's lots of things you could do with those stamps and the spare cats and dogs. As I say, you get 16 cats, 16 dogs. So it'd be really easy to generate some extra cards from the set. And you could just put a thank you on the inside of that if you wanted. And obviously you could use the cats. So a really fun kit. That one's got a dog on. That one's got the cat. Those are as per roughly the directions, but you can obviously, as I say, do your own thing. So that's the cat envelope, and I do like the paw prints, and obviously the sentiments go with the cats and dogs, but you could use happy birthday, thinking of you, just for you, any of those, if the best friends element wasn't appropriate. The other ones in the set say, I'll always be by your side, here's to a true friend, and you make my heart happy. And then you've got the little bone that we used, but also the little fish. So there we go. That's the kit. It's called By Your Side. It's available to order now. And I'm trying to think if it's £21 or £22. I think it's 21. And if you want one ordering, if you're local to me, then just let me know and I can add one to my next order that goes in over the weekend. Or you can order online directly and have it sent direct to you, especially if you're not local. That's a good option. So thank you so much everybody. Short and sweet, but an extra session for this evening. I hope you like the kit. It's really good fun. And I did think if you wanted to, you could change the colour of the animals. Not so much this one, obviously, but with the grey cat you can make that darker, and the same with the basset hound. Obviously this one you can make a little bit lighter by using some white ink or a white chalk pen, but the options here obviously to make that a black cat if you wanted to, and add a bit more colour to the basset hound and this cute little one here. I wouldn't want to go too dark because of all this detail here. You wouldn't want to lose that. But there we go. I hope you like it. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back Monday morning with our new stamp set of the week for next week. And I look forward to crafting at Coffee and Card on Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning and Friday afternoon. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Have a great weekend and bye for now.